Hi, this is Jenny Brav of Radiant Wholeness Healing, and today we're tapping on our inner control freak. That's the part of us that's really scared of surrendering and trusting and letting go, and is convinced that if it does that, everything will fall apart. So I invite you to close your eyes. And just checking in internally and noticing if there's any part of your body, or there might be multiple ones, that feel like they're bracing, holding tight, contracted, not quite relaxed and loose. And if there are, without trying to fix them, just sending those parts compassion, maybe sending them some breath. And just feeling into any emotion that might be associated with the holding, bracing. Anything that comes up when you think of letting go, trusting, surrendering to what is. It might be fear, it might be powerlessness, anger, sadness, hopelessness, skepticism, whatever it might be. Just allowing it to be here. Noticing if there are any beliefs associated with the contraction, with the part that wants to hold on to control, is scared of letting go. It might be something like, it's all on me. I can't rely on anybody. I'm all alone. I'm going to be betrayed. I need to be hypervigilant to be safe. If something bad happens, it's my fault. Whatever it might be something completely different from what I mentioned. And just asking yourself if there was an age associated with the need to be on high alert for control. What age might it be? It might also be an age range. You might feel like you've always had this pattern. It might be something that you inherited from someone in your family that was modeled for you. Sending compassion for anything that has shown up. And then maybe imagining that you're inviting in a version of you. This might be a future self, parallel self, higher self, however you can conceive of this, who's released and healed the need for control and is more trusting, able to let go a little bit. And if this is not accessible right now, that's totally fine. And in that case, you might just ask, what if I let go of a little bit of the control? What might that be like? Just imagining how you might be living and feeling. And if it still doesn't resonate, you can set this question aside. Maybe return to it at the end of the video. When you're ready, we're going to start tapping. You can keep your eyes closed or open them. Tap along with me. I'll be naming the points. You can repeat out loud or in your head, and feel free to modify the words to match your situation if they don't quite land. So tapping on the side of your hand. Even though part of me is really scared of letting go of control. Is really not sure it's safe to trust and surrender. In fact, learned a long time ago that it is not safe, that I could only rely on myself. I love and accept myself deeply and completely, or at least I'm open to it. Deep breath. Tapping all over your head. Hi, part of me that is so scared. Inside of the eyebrows, of letting go. Outside of the eyes, of not being in control. Under the eyes, breathe. Under and above the lips, I see you. Under the collarbone, I feel you. Middle of the sternum. High tightness and contraction in my body. Ribs. High part of me that is holding so tight. Side of the body, embracing. Deep breath. Wrist. High part of me that is so scared. Other wrist. Of relinquishing control. Of everything falling apart. Tapping on the head. If you let go. Inside of the eyebrows, I see you. Outside of the eyes, I feel you. Under the eyes, I know you're scared. Under and above the lips, it's okay to be scared. Under the collarbone. Of course you're scared. Middle of the sternum. We can take this at our own pace. Ribs. There is no pressure. Side of the body, no rush. Wrist. The only intention is to help you feel a little safer. Other wrist. A little more supported. Deep breaths. All over the head. High part that's working so hard to hold on to control. High younger self. Outside of the eyes. I am so sorry. Under the eyes that you got the message. Under and above the lips that it was not safe. Under the collarbone to be carefree. Middle of the sternum to trust. Ribs that everything is going to be okay. Side of the body. Or that you inherited this from your ancestors. Wrist from what was modeled for you. Other wrist. Under those circumstances. Head. It was so smart of you. Eyebrows. To develop this strategy. Outside of the eyes of self-reliance. Under the eyes, hypervigilance. Under and above the lips. Holding on to control. Under the collarbone. That's exactly what you had to do at the time. Middle of the sternum. To feel a little less powerless. Ribs. And it was very brave and smart of you. Side of the body. And we'll only release this wrist when and if you want. Other wrist when and if it feels safe enough. Head, not because anybody is pressuring you to. Inside of the eyebrows, but because you want to. Side of the eyes, because it is so exhausting. Under the eyes, to brace and try to manage and control. Under and above the lips, all the time. Breathe. And call it back. Middle of sternum, and it's possible that we're ready now. Ribs, because the good news is side of the body, our circumstances have changed. Head, And it's possible I have resources and choices inside of the eyebrows I didn't have back then. Breathe. Outside of the eyes. It's possible I'm not as alone anymore. Under the eyes. It's possible I'm supported and guided. Under and across the lips. It's possible that at this point, under the collarbone, this strategy of holding on and controlling middle of the sternum is doing the opposite from what it was intended to. Ribs. It's possible that at this point, side of the body, it's the contracting, wrist hypervigilance, other wrist resisting, head that are making me feel less safe. Inside of the eyebrows, more powerless. Outside of the eyes, more at the mercy of the world. Under the eyes, just as I did when I was young. Breathe. Under the lips. It's possible it's safe for me to let go now. Under the collarbone, and I invite you to close your eyes if they're open. And we're going to pause in the tapping for a moment. Just imagine that you're with your younger self, or this part of you that learned that the only way to be safe was to be hypervigilant and to control things. And just let this part know that they did exactly what they needed to at the time. Maybe imagining that you're projecting images of your current life to this part of you so that they can see how your circumstances might have changed, any support you might have, and that might be actual support of friends and people in the manifest physical world, or a job, finances, or it could be support in the unmanifest world, spiritual support, practices, guidance. And showing the impact that the controlling and hypervigilance now has. How it might unintentionally be recreating something similar to the circumstances they're meant to work. They were meant to protect you from. And seeing if that part feels ready to let go, or if they're needing a little more support. If it's the latter, then maybe repeat the beginning part of the tapping, or go to another one of the videos that are listed below. But if this part feels ready, let's hold out in front of us, imagining that that part that developed this strategy or inherited the strategy is there with you. And really honoring and nodding to this pattern of holding on, of control, trying to manage things, hypervigilance. Really honoring it for all the ways that it might have served you and or your ancestors. And recognizing that it no longer serves. And you're ready, releasing it to energy and light and vibration. Releasing any cords that might be tying you to this strategy. Calling back the part of you that is trusting, connected to source energy or to your own inner wisdom, your higher self. Bring that into your neural pathways, rewiring your brain from that of mistrust to that of intuition and guidance. And bring that into your whole body, anchoring that into your nervous system. So this can be your new default pattern. Bringing it into your heart. And closing your eyes if they're open. And calling forth once more that parallel wise self, future self version of you that's already let go of the need to control, that's more open, allowing, trusting, listening. And if and when you have a sense of this version of you, imagining that you're merging with them and feeling this in every cell of your body, every muscle, every bone. The sense that being held, that you're not alone, of interconnection, of inner knowing. And when you're ready, opening your eyes, tapping all over your body, shaking it out, touching something grounding, breathing. Beautiful. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. If it was helpful, please let me know in the comments below and like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and feel free to set up a free consultation with me if you want more information on working one-on-one with me. Thank you so much.